if you're a Star Wars fan like me, then you're probably watching the new Kenobi show. And one thing that stood out to me whilst watching it was the Fortress Inquisitorius. It just looks so cool, and I think it would look amazing in Minecraft. And so let's just go ahead and build it. Hello everyone, my name is Dragonod, and let's get building. And so the first thing we notice in the fortress is the number of ships we can see. Obviously we have the iconic TIE fighter, as well as some transport ships that seem to be docked on the floor. And so the first ship I worked on were the TIE fighters on the ceiling, and I used a very similar design to the TIE fighters I built in my Rogue One Scarif build. And then I realised I actually built the body the wrong colour, and so I switched it up to a lightish grey, and there we have it. There is our design of our TIE fighters. Next, I built the Inquisitors Scythe ship, which is a new ship design shown in the Kenobi series, and I had great fun with the angles and complexities of the ship. It was much harder than I anticipated. However, here we go. This is the final result, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. I also built another design in which the wings are folded up for the landing position. And the third and final ship that I built is this troop carrier that we see landing in the fortress. And at first I built it far too short, however I then lengthened it, and here is the final result, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Those are the ships now complete: the TIE fighter, the Inquisitor ships in both positions, as well as a troop transport. And I'm really happy with how these turned out. And as usual, a download will be available for my Patreon members. However, if this video does hit, let's say 2,000 likes, I will provide the download free of charge for everyone. And whilst you're down there giving a like, a subscribe to the channel would be hugely appreciated. Anyway, let's build the fortress itself. It has actually been a bit of a disaster. My computer actually ran out of storage in the last half an hour, so it actually hasn't recorded the majority of this time lapse. However, so far, as you can see, we have built the main structural shape of the fortress itself. I've begun progress on the sides, and I pasted in a TIE fighter just as a general reference of how it's going to look when it's finished. And this build uses the majority of the new height limit in Minecraft 1.18, and despite this, it is still far too underscaled. You will notice in the reference shots that the TIE fighters are much smaller compared to the base itself. However, I am just making the most of the limits in Minecraft, and I still think this is going to turn out really cool. And so, having freed up some more storage on my computer, let's finish off building the base of the fortress, and then we start work on the hangar area in the middle. And one thing I really wanted to pull off with this build was to build a reflection for all the ships in the hangar, which can be seen in this reference scene here. And I think that would be something really cool to pull off in Minecraft. And so to recreate this, I have made the floor into glass and basically reflected all of my builds above it right beneath it. And it even shows up with the shaders off, and I think it looks really nice in vanilla. And using layers of glass, I have made the reflections lower down look more diminished, and I think this effect looks really cool. And there we have it. Oh my gosh, this looks so awesome. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And there it is with the shaders, and it just looks so spectacular with the manual build reflections. And with that done, we can now start work on the central base pillar in the middle of the hangar. And so I went with something roughly similar to the designs shown in the film. However, there are less repeated sections due to the scale of the build. And I also had to remind myself how to use a loom to create the banners that would pull off this kind of imperial lighting effect, but I'm really happy with how it turns out. And then I repeated the same effect as before, reflecting my build in the hangar floor below. And my gosh, it is starting to look awesome. Right, let's finish it off and build the top. There we have it. It is beginning to look absolutely amazing. This is the rough shell of the fortress, but right now it looks way too boring and bland, so we need to add some more detail into it. There is also one more thing that I would like to do. You'll notice that the flat ocean looks incredibly boring, and so what I want to do, similar to my Azkaban build, is to add in my own custom built ocean. And so the process to do this is very easy. I'm just going to go into Blender and make a 3D ocean model, and then all I'm going to do is import this into Minecraft using an online voxelizer, and after a few steps and a lot of world edit crashing, this is the result. And so all we need to do is paste it in, and we are done. Let's take a look at what I've built. And so there we have it. That is my Fortress Inquisitorius build now complete. Of course, a world download is available for my Patreon members, and this video hits 2,000 likes, I'll make that download public for everyone. And so I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in my next video. See ya!